Rayon stood outside his house, holding a small gift box. It was his son's birthday. He had planned everything: a cake, balloons, and a new red bicycle hidden in the garage. He smiled as he unlocked the door. But inside, it was quiet. Too quiet. "Anna," he called. "Ayan." No answer. He walked through the living room. The cake he ordered was on the table, untouched. The decorations were still in the box. The silence felt heavy, like a storm waiting to break. He ran upstairs. The bedroom closet was empty. Her clothes were gone. So were his son's toys. The photo from the side table, the one with all three of them smiling, was missing. On the bed was a single white envelope. Rayon's hands shook as he picked it up. His name was written on it. Inside was a short note. "I'm leaving. Don't try to find us. You know why." He stared at the paper for a long time. The words didn't make sense. What had he done? He dropped the envelope and sat on the floor. His mind went blank. Everything felt like a dream. No, a nightmare. This morning, he kissed his son goodbye. This morning, his wife smiled at him. Now they were gone? He picked up his phone and called her. It rang once. Then it went straight to voicemail. Again. And again. He called her sister. "She didn't tell me anything," she said, sounding surprised. "Wait, what happened?" Rayon didn't answer. He searched the house, hoping to find some clue, a note, a message, a reason. But there was nothing, just the silence. Then his phone buzzed. It was a message from an unknown number. "You don't know the truth yet. But you will." He stared at the message. What truth? He tried calling the number. No answer. His heart raced. Was this some kind of game? Did someone take his family? He drove to the police station. The officer listened quietly, then asked, "Was there any violence? Any threats?" "No," Rayon said. "We were fine. We had dinner last night. We laughed. She said everything was okay." The officer looked at him with tired eyes. "Sir, if she left on her own, there's nothing we can do." Rayon left the station feeling worse than before. No help, no answers. Just that message. You don't know the truth yet. 3 days later, Rayon didn't go to work. He didn't eat. He didn't sleep. He sat in the living room, staring at the front door, hoping it would open, that maybe his son would run in shouting, "Daddy!" But the door never opened. He looked at old videos on his phone, his son learning to ride a bike, his wife laughing at something silly he said, their last holiday together. He cried for the first time in years. Then another message came. "You trusted the wrong person," he replied quickly. "Who are you? What do you know?" No response. That night, Rayon's best friend, Saad, came over. He was the only one who still called, still cared. "She's not picking my calls either," Saad said. "But I heard something." Rayon looked up. "What?" Saad hesitated. "Someone told her you were cheating, that you were seeing someone else. That's why she left." Rayon stood up. "That's a lie. I never—" "I know," Saad said, "but someone made her believe it." Rayon felt like the ground under his feet had disappeared. "Who told her?" he asked. "I don't know, but someone wanted to break you two apart." Later that night, Saad showed him a photo someone had sent his wife. It showed Rayon sitting at a cafe with a woman. "It's fake," Rayon said. "That's from work. She's just a colleague." "But it was enough," Saad replied. "Enough to make her leave." Rayon stared at the photo. His life was destroyed because of a lie. Who hated him this much? Why? And then he remembered the message. "You don't know the truth yet." Rayon walked outside. The night was cold. The streets were empty. He looked up at the sky, searching for answers. Everything he loved was gone. But something inside him whispered, "This is not the end." He didn't know it yet. But this fall was just the beginning of something greater. And soon, he would rise, stronger than ever. Rayan couldn't sleep. Every time he closed his eyes, he saw his son's face. The confusion in his small eyes. The way he used to say, "Daddy, don't be late." Those words now echoed in an empty house. And then there was the photo, a picture of Rayan sitting with a woman at a cafe. His wife had seen it, believed it, and left. But the truth? It was a work meeting, nothing more. Still, someone made it look like more, and it worked. The next morning, Rayan sat with Saad again, this time at a quiet tea shop. Saad placed his phone on the table and opened a chat. "This is from her," Saad said, 2 days before she left. Rayan read the messages. "I saw the photo. I can't believe he would do this." It all makes sense now. The late nights, the lies. "I'm taking Ayan. I won't let my son grow up near a cheater." Rayan felt like someone had stabbed his chest. "I never lied," he said softly. "Not once." "I believe you," Saad replied. But she didn't. Rayan looked at him. "Who sent her that picture?" Saad hesitated. Then he said, "Her cousin, Zara." Rayan's eyes narrowed. "Zara? But she hates me." "Exactly. She's always wanted to break you two apart." Rayan clenched his fists. "And she did." He stood up suddenly. "I need to talk to her." Later, that day, Rayan stood outside Zara's apartment. His heart pounded in his chest. He rang the bell. She opened the door, surprised. "Rayan?" He stepped inside. "We need to talk." Zara crossed her arms. "About what?" "You sent her the photo." She didn't deny it. "She deserved the truth," Zara said coldly. Rayan's voice shook with anger. "That wasn't the truth. You twisted it." She cried every night, Rayan. She felt like something was wrong. "I just showed her what she needed. To see." "She trusted you," Rayan whispered. "And you broke her." Zara looked away. "She was my best friend before she was your wife," she said. "And I wasn't going to let her suffer for a man who might cheat." "Might?" Rayan repeated. "You weren't even sure?" Zara didn't answer. He turned and left without another word. That night, Rayan sat alone on the balcony. The city lights blinked far away. Cars moved. People laughed. But his world was still. He remembered how they first met. Anna, smiling at a college event. Her laugh. The way she made coffee in the mornings. The way Ayan would run into his arms every evening. All gone because someone decided they knew better. His phone buzzed. Another message from the unknown number. "You're getting closer, but not close enough." His fingers froze. Closer to what? To who? Was someone watching him? He replied. "Who are you?" No answer. But Rayan had made up his mind. He wasn't going to sit and cry anymore. He was going to find out the truth. 2 days later, Rayan visited his old workplace. He asked the cafe owner where the photo was taken. The woman in the photo, her name was Sonia, a junior designer at his old company. He called her. "Hi, Sonia," he said. "This is Rayan. We had coffee last month at the Green Cup Cafe." "Oh, yes," she said, sounding surprised. "How are you?" "I need a favor," he said. "That day, do you remember anyone near us? Anyone taking pictures?" She paused. "Yes," she said slowly. "There was a girl at the corner table. She kept looking at us." "Do you remember what she looked like?" "Long black hair, heavy makeup. She was talking to someone on the phone, whispering." Zara, Rayan's blood boiled. But suddenly Sonia said something that made his heart stop. She wasn't alone. She was with someone else. A man. "I think I saw him at your company once." "A man?" Rayan asked. "Yeah. Short. Beard. Wore glasses. Kinda quiet. Rayan knew exactly who that was. Yasir, his ex-team member. A guy he once fired for stealing designs. Why would he work with Zara? Rayan dug through old photos, old emails. Something, in his gut, told him this wasn't just about jealousy or family. This was revenge. He printed the fake photo, placed it next to an old office photo, zoomed in. Same background, same day. But someone had changed the angle. It was staged. A setup. Later that night, Rayan received another message. You found the players. Now find the reason. He typed fast. Why did you do this to me? This time the reply came. You took everything from me. Now I've returned the favor. The pieces clicked. Yasir. He had lost his job, his position, his reputation, and he blamed Rayan. So he planned this. He used Zara. He used the photo. He destroyed a family. For revenge. Rayan sat in silence for a long time. His eyes were full of tears, but not from pain, from rage. He picked up his phone, and for the first time in weeks, he wrote a message to Anna. I know what happened now. I have proof, and I want to show you the truth. He hit send. Now he could only wait. The message was sent. Now Rayan waited. He checked his phone every few minutes. No reply. He sat on the couch, holding his son's toy car. A small red one. Ayan's favorite. He remembered how Ayan used to drive it across the table, making engine sounds. Now the house was quiet again. No laughter, no tiny footsteps. Just silence, and silence hurt more than noise ever could. 3 days passed. Still no reply from Anna. Rayan felt like he was sinking deeper into darkness. Every time he thought he was getting close to fixing things, the silence pulled him back down. Saad came by again. Still nothing? He asked. Rayan shook his head. I told her everything. I showed her proof. Still nothing. Saad placed a hand on his shoulder. She's hurt, Rayan. Maybe she doesn't know how to face the truth yet. I just want my son to know I didn't leave him, Rayan whispered. I want him to know I fought to bring him back. You will, Saad said. But you have to stay strong. Rayan nodded, but inside he felt empty. That night, Rayan had a dream. He was standing in a dark forest. He could hear his son crying far away. He ran toward the sound, but the trees got thicker. Shadows grabbed at his feet. He fell. When he looked up, he saw Anna holding Ayan. Her face was cold. She turned away. No! Rayan screamed in the dream. Don't go! He woke up shaking, covered in sweat. And that's when he realized he had to find them, in person. He couldn't wait anymore. The next morning, Rayan packed a bag, took the printed photos, the text messages, the original cafe footage he got from the owner. Everything. That proved the truth. He knew Anna's parents lived in a small town 3 hours away. Maybe she was there. He started driving. The roads were long and quiet. His mind kept flashing memories. Ayan's first birthday, Anna's favorite songs, the first time they held hands. He didn't know what he'd find. He didn't know if she'd even talk to him, but he had to try. When he reached her parents' house, the air was still, a small garden outside. The windows were closed, but her father's car was there. He knocked. The door opened slowly. Anna's mother stood there, shocked. Rayan? Is she here? He asked gently. Please, I just need 5 minutes. She looked at him for a long moment, then stepped aside. Anna was sitting on the couch, holding Ayan in her arms. The boy looked up, then smiled. Daddy. Rayan's eyes filled with tears. He dropped to his knees and hugged his son tightly. I missed you so much, he whispered. Anna stood up slowly. Her face was unreadable. I sent you the truth. Rayan said, his voice breaking. Everything was a lie. I didn't cheat on you. She didn't say anything. He placed the file on the table. Look through it. The photo was fake. Zara and Yasir worked together to break us. I don't know why she believed them, but I never gave you a reason not to trust me. Anna looked down at her son, then slowly sat. She opened the file. Page after page, photos, dates, messages, even a statement from the cafe owner saying nothing suspicious happened that day. Her hands trembled. I wanted to believe you, she whispered. But I was scared. The photo looked so real, and Zara kept telling me things. She used your pain, Rayan said softly. She turned it into poison. Tears rolled down Anna's face. I'm sorry, she said. I didn't know what to do. I felt so lost. And I didn't want Ayan to grow up watching us fight. We weren't fighting, Rayan said. We were growing. Every couple goes through hard times. But we were together. Anna looked at him, and for the first time in weeks, her eyes softened. I still love you, she whispered. But I'm scared. He moved closer. Then let's be scared together and fix this. That evening, Anna's father invited Rayan to stay for dinner. It was quiet at first, but slowly, the tension faded. Ayan sat between his parents, laughing as he played with both. For the first time in a long time, Rayan smiled, but inside, a fire still burned. He had found his family again, but someone had tried to destroy them, and he wasn't going to let that go. That night, after Ayan went to sleep, Rayan and Anna sat outside. She rested her head on his shoulder. I want to come home, she said. Then come, he whispered. But then his phone buzzed again. A message from the same number. You fixed the surface, but the storm is still coming. He stared at the screen. The truth had hurt, but maybe it wasn't over yet. Maybe the real enemy hadn't shown his face. Not yet. Rayan thought the worst was over. Anna and Ayan were back. The home didn't feel cold anymore. The silence was now filled with laughter, with Ayan's footsteps running across the floor again. Rayan had even fixed the bedroom wall where Anna's photo used to hang. Everything looked okay. But deep inside, Rayan knew something was still wrong. That night, he stared at the message on his phone again. You fixed the surface, but the storm is still coming. He didn't reply. Instead, he kept asking himself, what storm? Who else was involved? He had exposed Zara and Yasir. Anna knew the truth. She believed him now. But the messages hadn't stopped, which meant someone else was still hiding. Next morning, Rayan dropped Ayan at school and sat in his car for a long time. He looked at his reflection in the rearview mirror. Tired eyes. Worried. Face. Who still wants to ruin me? He whispered. He opened his laptop and started checking his emails. He went back 2 months, then 3. He read old messages, old files, old contracts. And there it was, an email from someone he had forgotten, Tariq, an old business partner. They started a small design company together years ago. But Rayan had found out he was stealing clients and ended their deal. Tariq had threatened to make him pay. Rayan ignored it back then. But now it clicked. Zara was Tariq's cousin. So was Yasir. It wasn't random, it was planned. He rushed home and opened a storage box where he kept old contracts. He found the one with Tariq's name on it. At the bottom was something strange. 2 signatures had been added after the deal was ended. He flipped the page. His name had been used to open a fake company account. His heart sank. He picked up his phone and called Saad. Meet me. Urgent. At Saad's office, Rayan laid out everything. This is bigger than I thought, he said. They didn't just ruin my family, they used my name to commit fraud. Saad read through the papers, eyes wide. You can go to jail for this, he whispered. If someone reports it, Rayan nodded. And I think that's the storm the message was talking about. Saad looked at him. You need a lawyer. No, Rayan said. I need the truth. I want to find Tariq. I want to hear it from his mouth. Later that day, with Saad's help, Rayan found out that Tariq now worked in a private office under a new name, T Associates. Rayan walked into the building like a man with fire in his chest. He didn't care about fear anymore. He had lost too much already. Tariq looked shocked when he saw Rayan. Oh, look who's alive, he smirked. Didn't expect you to find me. I didn't come here for games, Rayan said. I know everything. You used my name. You used your own cousin to lie to my wife. You used Yasir to fake that photo. Tariq leaned back in his chair. And what will you do about it? Rayan's voice didn't shake. I'm going to the police, Tariq laughed. With what proof? Rayan placed the contract, photos, bank records, and chat messages on the desk. Tariq stopped laughing. He looked at the papers, then said, Why now? You had everything. A wife, a kid, a business. You never looked back at the people who helped. You start. You forgot us. I didn't forget you, Rayan said. I forgave you, but you turned that into hate. You fired me. You took away everything I built. You destroyed yourself, Rayan replied. And then blamed me. Tariq's voice turned cold. If I go down, you're coming with me. Rayan stepped closer. No, I'm going to rise. And you're going to jail. That evening, Rayan filed an official complaint. Saad's lawyer helped him build the case. They had enough proof to show fraud, fake documents, and a long plan of revenge, but it wasn't over yet. Next morning, a black car parked outside Rayan's house. 2 police officers stepped out. Anna opened the door. Rayan came to the hallway, confused. Mr. Rayan, one officer said, we need you to come with us for questioning. Rayan froze. What is this about? Anna asked, scared. The officer showed a file. A report was filed against Mr. Rayan for fraud and illegal company activity. This is a legal investigation. Anna looked at Rayan. He stayed calm. It's Tariq. He's trying to hit back. The officer nodded. Until we prove anything, we just need to ask questions. Rayan kissed Anna's forehead. Don't worry, this time. I know the truth. And I'm not afraid. He got in the car. That night, Anna sat alone holding Ayan's hand. Her heart was heavy. She thought the pain was over. But now the storm had reached their door, and all they could do was hold on. Rayan sat in the small police station room. A fan spun slowly above his head. A camera watched from the corner. And across the table sat an officer with a serious face. This was not how he imagined his fight for truth would go. But he wasn't afraid anymore. He had faced worse. He had lost everything once. Now he was ready to fight with everything he had. Your name is listed as the main signer on this fake company, the officer said. Rayan nodded. Yes, but I didn't sign those documents. Someone copied my signature. You expect us to believe that? Rayan reached into his bag and placed copies of messages, voice notes, and evidence on the table. I've spent weeks collecting this. Tariq used me. He planned this long ago. The officer raised an eyebrow. You say he faked your signature, but the documents look real. Rayan leaned forward. Then test the ink. Test the pressure. Check the time of signing. I'll give you everything. The officer looked at him for a long time, then nodded. Back at home, Anna sat by the window, hugging Ayan. Her hands were shaking. She had believed a lie once. She had walked away from Rayan once. She promised herself she would never do it again. But now fear returned. What if they sent him to jail? What if Ayan had to grow up without his father? Her mother called. Stay strong, Beta. If Rayan is innocent, the truth will come. Out, Anna nodded slowly. Yes, but sometimes the truth takes too long and breaks you before it saves you. 3 days later, Rayan was released. No charges yet. The investigation was still ongoing, but the police had accepted his evidence and started checking Tariq's background. Rayan returned home tired, but calm. When he stepped inside, Anna ran to him. She held him tight. "I don't care what happens, I'm with you." Rayan looked into her eyes. "We're not broken. We're tested." She nodded, tears falling. "Then let's pass this test, together." But the fire wasn't over. The next day, a news article appeared online. "Local man under investigation for fraud. Alleged cheating husband. More secrets to come." It had his picture. Ayan's school called Anna. They said other parents were talking. Some even asked if Ayan should be removed. Anna was furious. She marched to the school the next morning and stood in front of the principal. "My husband is innocent, and until proven guilty, no one has the right to treat my son like dirt. If anyone has a problem, they can talk to me." The principal was silent, and slowly, Anna began to feel a strength she hadn't known before. Later, that week, Rayan got a call from Saad. "They found something," Saad said. "Tariq opened 6 fake companies under different names, all using your ID." Rayan's hands clenched. "How long will this take?" he asked. "Maybe weeks," Saad replied. "But they're closing in on him. He's panicking." Rayan sighed. "Good. Let him feel what I felt." That night, Rayan and Anna sat on the rooftop. The stars above looked quiet, peaceful, but their hearts were heavy. "We were so happy once," Anna whispered. "So simple. Just a small home, a baby, and dreams." Rayan nodded. "Then the world knocked on our door. But we're still here," she said. "Yes," Rayan replied, holding her hand. "We're still standing." Then came the final blow. The police called again. Tariq had run, left the city. No sign of him. Rayan punched the wall in frustration. Blood dripped from his knuckles. "How long will this go on?" he cried. "How many tests do I have to take before I'm free?" Anna held him. "You're already winning, Rayan. You didn't break." But Rayan shook his head. "No, I can't win unless I stop him." Then a message arrived, a private email from Tariq. "You think you've won? I still have friends in high places. I still have one move left. This isn't over, Rayan. And next time you won't see it coming." Rayan stared at the screen. This wasn't just revenge anymore. It was war. He saved the email and forwarded it to the police. Then he looked at Anna and said something he hadn't said before. "This time, I'm not just defending myself. I'm fighting back." Rayan woke up early. He hadn't slept much, but his eyes were clear. No more fear, no more running. Today, he was ready to fight, not with anger, but with truth. The plan begins. Rayan sat at the kitchen table, spreading out documents. Contracts, messages, fake emails, copies of bank transfers, all the proof he had against Tariq and his network. Anna placed a cup of tea beside him. "Are you sure you want to do this?" she asked softly. Rayan looked up. "If I don't stop him now, he'll hurt more people. He already tried to ruin my life, destroy our family. What if he does this to someone else?" Anna nodded. "Then I'm with you. Every step." He reached out and held her hand. Later. That day, Rayan met Saad and the lawyer in a small office. They had invited a special investigator, someone who helped victims of fraud and fake identity crimes. The investigator's name was Meher, a sharp-eyed woman in her 40s, calm, focused. She listened quietly as Rayan explained everything. Then she said something that gave him hope. "You have enough to build a strong case, but you'll need one more thing. A confession or witness." Rayan blinked. "What kind of witness?" "Someone who was part of it," Meher replied. "Someone who turned against you, but is now ready to tell the truth." Rayan thought hard. Zara was out of the picture. Yasir had gone silent. But there was one person left, Harris, a junior employee from his old company, quiet, loyal, but always. Afraid of Tariq, the search for Harris Rayan asked around, called old contacts. It took 2 days. Finally, he found Harris working in a small mobile shop in a back street. When Ryan walked in, Harris froze. "Ryan, bye," he whispered, eyes wide. "I didn't do anything, I swear." "I'm not here to fight," Rayan said calmly. "I need your help." Harris looked down. "Tariq will kill me if I talk." "He'll ruin your life even if you don't," Rayan replied. "You were just a tool for him. Like me." There was silence. Then Harris slowly nodded. "I have something to show you." The hidden drive Harris pulled out a small USB drive from behind a drawer. "I kept it, just in case. It has emails, recordings, and chat logs. Tariq used to send instructions to me and Yasir. He told us what to fake, when to message. Anna, what to delete from the company systems." Rayan held the drive in his hand like it was gold. "You just saved my life," he said quietly. "One final step." With Meher's help, they submitted everything to the cybercrime unit. The police opened a full case. The news came soon after. Tariq was arrested at the airport, trying to escape to Dubai, fake passport, fake name, but not fast enough. They got him. Back home, when Rayan came back, Anna was waiting at the door. She had seen the news already. "Is it really over?" she asked. Rayan smiled for the first time in weeks. "Yes, it's over." She hugged him tightly, then said, "No, it's not over yet. There's still one more thing left to fix." Rayan pulled back, confused. "What?" She looked toward the corner of the room where his broken photo frame still lay. "You." Rebuilding the Manin. The days that followed, Rayan didn't rest, but not because of stress. He began to rebuild. He met old clients, reopened small projects. He worked side by side with Saad and even offered to help other victims of similar crimes. People started to respect him again, not for his success, but for his strength, for how he rose after the fall. One evening, Anna walked in and saw Rayan helping Ayan with homework. She smiled. This was the man she had married. Not perfect, but real, strong, and unbreakable. Later, Rayan looked in the mirror. He still had scars, still had tired eyes, but behind them was something, new peace. And he whispered to himself, "They tried to destroy me, but they only made me stronger." The sun rose over the city. A new morning, a new start. Rayan stood on his balcony, holding a cup of tea. He could hear Ayan laughing inside. Anna was making breakfast. Everything felt calm. But inside his heart, something still burned. Not pain, not fear, but a message. A message that needed to be shared with the world. A call from Meher. That same afternoon, Meher called. "You've come a long way, Rayan," she said. "Not everyone survives what you've been through." "I didn't survive," Rayan replied, softly. "I rebuilt." There was silence for a moment. Then Meher said, "Would you like to speak at our next event? It's a program for victims of fraud, betrayal, and broken lives." "I think they need to hear your story." Rayan felt unsure. "I'm not a speaker. You're a survivor. That's more powerful." The stage a week later, Rayan stood backstage. He looked at the crowd, over 200 people. Some were crying, some looked angry, most looked lost, just like he once was. He took a deep breath and walked forward. The lights hit his face. The room grew quiet. Then Rayan began. "My name is Rayan. I lost everything. My job, my friends, my reputation, even my wife for a time. Not because I made a mistake, but because someone else planned to destroy me. He lied, cheated, used my name, and turned the people I loved against me." He looked across the room, eyes locked on him. But the real pain didn't come from losing money or work. It came from watching myself break in silence. It came from knowing I was screaming inside, and no one could hear me. A few heads nodded, a few eyes teared up, but something changed, not outside, inside me. I stopped asking, "Why me?" And I started saying, "Try me." Gasps, soft claps. I learned that the world will break you, but only so you can rebuild yourself better. He paused. And now, I forgive him. Not because he deserves it, but because I deserve peace. Backstage, after the speech, people lined up to speak to Rayan, a mother whose son was accused falsely, a young girl betrayed by her best friend, a man who lost his business to a cheating partner. They all said the same thing. Your story gave me hope. The online video, someone recorded his speech and posted it online. Within 3 days, it had 2 million views. Comments flooded in. This broke me and healed me. I was about to give up. Thank you. The world needs more voices like yours. News. Channels invited him for interviews. Schools asked him to speak to students. People who once doubted him now respected him. At home one night, Rayan sat with Anna on the rooftop. She rested her head on his shoulder. "You've become a voice for so many," she whispered. "I never wanted fame," Rayan said. "I just wanted truth. And now, you're helping others find their own." Rayan smiled. Then he said something that stayed in Anna's heart forever. "The world broke me, but now, I'm the one holding the glue for others." The real message. One morning, Rayan wrote a message on paper. He titled it, "To anyone who's ever been broken." He posted it online, and it went viral. Here's what he wrote. "You are not weak because you cried. You are not a failure because you trusted the wrong person. You are not alone. The world will try to silence you, shame you, and shatter you. But hear me clearly. You can rise. Even if you lost everything, you still have your voice. Even if no one believes you, believe in yourself. Because pain is not the end. It's the beginning of a stronger you." Rayan stood at the window. The morning light touched his face. The world outside was the same. Busy streets, loud horns, rushing people. But inside him, everything had changed. He had been broken. He had been lost. He had walked through fire. And now he stood tall. An unexpected invitation. One day, an envelope arrived. No name, just one line. "Your voice helped me survive. Now help others." Inside was a plane ticket to another city, another country. Global Mental Health Summit. They wanted Rayan to speak, not as a doctor, not as a celebrity, but as a real person with a real story. Anna looked at the ticket. "Will you go?" she asked. Rayan smiled. "I think I have to." The flight. Rayan sat by the window on the plane. He looked down at the clouds below. His heart was calm. No panic, no doubt. He remembered the night he had thought about ending it all. He remembered crying on the floor, thinking no one cared. And now he was flying to tell the world, you can survive. You can rise. The world listens. At the summit, there were doctors, leaders, and speakers from many countries. But when Rayan stepped on stage, the crowd grew still. He wore a simple black shirt. No fancy slides, no script, only truth. He spoke about betrayal, about silence, about feeling invisible. Then he said, "Pain is the test, but rising is the answer." He told them how people blamed him, left him, forgot him, but he didn't stay down. Because strength is not how loud you speak. It's how quietly you stand up, again and again. By the end, people were crying. Some stood to clap. Some simply closed their eyes and breathed. The interview that went viral. After the summit, Rayan gave one last interview. A reporter asked, "What would you tell the person who tried to destroy your life?" Rayan smiled gently. "I'd say thank you." The reporter blinked. "Why?" "Because he taught me who I really am. Not when things are easy, but when everything is burning around me. That's when I found my soul." The video reached millions. It was shared in schools, in hospitals, in prisons. Even soldiers said it helped them keep going. Back home, a surprise. When Rayan returned, Ayan ran into his arms. "Papa! You're a hero now," he said proudly. Rayan laughed. "No, beta. I'm just someone who kept walking when everything told me to stop." Anna had planned something small, a welcome dinner. But when they walked into the community hall, Rayan froze. Hundreds of people were waiting, old friends, neighbors, even people he had helped online. They clapped, they smiled, and one by one, they hugged him. "Thank you. You saved my life. You made me feel seen. You taught me it's okay to fall." Rayan didn't say much, he just kept nodding, his eyes wet, his heart full. A letter from Zara one day, he found a letter in the mailbox. No sender, but the handwriting. He knew it. It was from Zara. She had disappeared after the truth came out, but now... "Rayan, I don't deserve your forgiveness, but I want you to know something. I believed the lies. I chose the easy road, and it broke me too. But when I saw your story, I cried, because I saw a man I couldn't break. You rose when you had every reason to give up. You became the man I wish I had known. Thank you for teaching me what strength really looks like." Zara Rayan closed the letter quietly. He felt no hate, only peace. Helping the next soul months later, Rayan started a small group, just 5 people at first, people who had been broken, cheated, hurt. He didn't teach them how to fix life, he just listened, and slowly, they healed together. Then the group grew. 10 people. 20. Soon, Rayan had helped over 1,000 people through online sessions. They called it the Rebuild Room.